when people talk about implementing AI in companies, the first question is always, how do we learn and train prompting? And I think, yeah, that's very important. People have to know how AI systems, large language models work, and they have to have a basic knowledge how to prompt. But at the end, to be honest, good prompts, it's not an easy thing. So if you really want to have good results, you really have to dive deep into prompting and how to giving systems the right context. And you asked how we manage that we have such a high usage rate of 90% of people using AI. And I think one reason is that we more and more try to build a kind of non-prompting, zero prompting strategy, because the best prompt is the one that you don't have to write. So in many use cases we have in the agency or also for our clients are recurring use cases that are the same processes over and over again. These are processes that only need input and perhaps very easy prompt, and then they work. And that's what I want to show you today. I don't want to show you use cases how to prompt, but I want to show you use cases directly in Team-GPT that don't need any prompts, because I think that's very important. Because the easier you make it for the people, the more they will use it. And here's some just demo examples that I put in that demo workspace. And the first thing is a very, very easy, I call it a briefing bot. So we in the agency have a specific briefing structure. So if we get information from our clients, we have a specific structure how we want to build our briefings, external and internal briefings. And what we did is we built a bot, or in Team-GPT, it's called a project, where that structure is part of the project knowledge. The only thing that you have to do now as, let's say, a project manager is to upload the information that you've got from your client or from the market. It could be a briefing from your client, could be market studies or whatever. And I prepared some demo documents. I just upload them. So we have campaign briefing, we have competitive landscape, we have a street report, and so on, tone of voice. So all the documents you probably get if you do a briefing. And the only thing that I have to do, because that bot is able to do different things, and one thing is to make a briefing out of that, I just have to put in a 1, because 1 is the prompt for putting all those information together. And as I start it, and then it brings all those informations of the documents in the structure I want it to have. So that's it. There's no need to prompt. Yeah,
this is super cool. I think would be cool to showcase where you did this setup for people to see on the project knowledge.
Absolutely. So here on the right side, in that side panel, we have the project knowledge, which is a kind of the configuration of the project and how it should react. And the only thing that we have here is that we have a basic project info that says how that bot should react. You are a good and experienced marketing consultant, able to analyze input. That's what you should do. If you get a 1, create a briefing, and then there's the whole structure of the briefing. So that's kind of, let's say, a task description of that project. So, and what we do more and more is that we really produce those single task a project that is highly specified on one task, and that makes it very easy to use. You know what I mean? Because that project is only able to do projects. It's able to do another thing. So if I ask that project, I just type in 2 is help me prepare a briefing. So, and it asks me some question. What type of project is it? How long is the meeting with the client? Who participates? And then I answer that questions, and then it gives me a guide for the whole meeting with our client. And there's a catalog with questions behind that we have prepared, and then it helps people prepare clients. So that's a great bot.
And I think maybe to add one thing on that, because that comes back to what I said before. What we might have thought would be way easier is on getting the people to use it and implement it. And that's what I meant by saying we have to do it as easy as possible for the people to use AI. Otherwise, they might not like it. They think, oh no, just another tool whatsoever. So that's something we've learned during the process. You have to make it as easy as possible.
100%. And here, like, it's so cool. Like, you just set up the project knowledge on the right. you coded 1 and 2, like 1 action this, 2 action that. So for people on the other side to understand, those numbers that are being prompted are there. So
when you receive the input 1, then you do that, and when you receive the input 2, you do another thing. That's everything.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, here when you receive input 2 or prepare briefing, then you ask the questions, and that's it.